Hey y'all, we're gonna start yoga soon. If you're here for yoga, we're doing balancing flow today. So if you know you need to modify, go ahead and grab yourself a chair that you can lean on to help with your balancing poses. And we'll get started in a couple minutes. And thank you for being here. Let me get my Instagram set up. And then we'll get ready to get started. I'm gonna start my Instagram at the last minute because Instagram is strictly 1 hour. Oh, I wanted to put my flowers in the picture. There we go. All right, I'm gonna start my Instagram. Let's see. All right, we're gonna start soon. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Hey, there we are. Turn my camera around the wrong way. Hi, y'all. We're gonna start yoga in just a minute. Just typing in my caption here. Hey, hey. Starting yoga soon. Hey, Facebook. Let me just type in my caption and then we'll get started. Sorry, I'm so awkwardly close. Okay. Okay, y'all. All right, now I'm ready. So, like I said, today we're going to be doing some balancing flow. So, I'm going to teach you poses that help improve your focus and help improve your core strength because that is the base of having good balance. So, for today's hand mudra, what I want you to do is take your fingers, spread them wide, and just touch the tips of your fingertips together. And this is called your Hakini mudra. And just you might notice that this is something you do when you're trying to focus in general. So this is a hand mudra that'll help you learn focus. And feel free to use this in other meditations as well. So again, fingers spread wide, fingertips touching. Just rest your hands in your lap. Take a deep inhale through your nose. Exhale out through the mouth. And close those eyes down. Second deep inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. One more deep inhale through your nose. Exhale out the mouth. And relax. Come back to your natural breath and relax those shoulders. Relax the face. Just take a moment to check in and relax any areas that might be feeling tense. And as always, feel free to set an affirmation or an intention for your practice today, or it can be for your day or for your week. Affirmations start with I am, I will, or I choose. And breathe in that positive affirmation. Breathe out any fear, worry, or doubt. Take one more breath and relax your hands, rest them on your knees. You can keep the eyes closed as we start rotating our head to the right side. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. And like I was saying earlier, when you're wanting to improve your balance, you really want to focus on core strength and improving your focus. So you'll hear me say the word jishti a lot. And jishti is just a Sanskrit word for your focal point. So when you hear me say find your jishti, it means find a focal point. It might be an object, it might be a point on the ground, and this really helps improve your balance. When you see me in like my Instagram videos doing handstands and things like that, I have to find a focal point even when I'm doing the handstands because that's what helps you balance, using that focus. And let's switch directions, moving our head to the left. So even though we might not be doing handstands and headstands, those are the only things that factor into learning balance within your practice. So just think about that when we're using these poses that are building our core strength and helping us focus better. Let's move a couple more times to the left. Bring your head back to center. Take your hands, place them on the shoulders. Let's move our elbows backward. Inhale up, exhale back and down. And it's also important to remember that your balance is earned. So acquiring balance takes time and practice and consistency. So don't so much think about yourself, you're just going to go from 0 to 100. That's not necessarily realistic and attainable. But you can go from 0 to 25, 25 to 50, 50 to 75, and then 75 to 100. So just remember that you need to do a lot of building, including strength building, to get your balance where you want it to be. And let's do the same thing with our shoulders, rolling those elbows forward. Couple more times, rolling the elbows forward. And release those shoulders. Sweep those arms up with an inhale. Interlace the fingers above you as you push the palms away. Exhale, release the hands. Start to twist to your left side. Left hand comes on the outside of right knee. Twist to your right side. Left hand comes on the outside of right knee. Right fingertips face the back wall, and then bring your gaze over your back shoulder. Take an inhale, come back up to center, interlace the fingers, push the palms away again. Now this time twist to your left side. Bring your right hand on the outside of your left knee. Let your left fingertips face the back and then gaze over the left shoulder. Take an inhale, come back to center. Interlace the fingers, push the palms away again. Exhale, release your right hand down to the ground. Let that left arm come up and over. Try to bring your gaze up to the ceiling if you can. And if you're comfortable with it, you can let that right forearm rest on the ground. Take an inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, lower that left hand down. Bring the right arm up and over. Same thing, gaze can come up to the ceiling. Left forearm can rest on the ground. Take an inhale, come back up to center as you interlace those fingers and push the palms away again. Exhale, bring those interlaced fingers behind the head. We'll take an inhale, bring those elbows out wide. Chin lifts up towards the sky slightly. Exhale, bring those elbows together, round the spine, bring the chin down to the chest. This is just like some seated cat-cow here, but the weight on the back of your head kind of deepens that neck and shoulder stretch too. So we're just moving in and out of these two positions at our own pace. Inhale, open elbows. Exhale, close elbows. Couple more times. Let's bring our body back to neutral. Push those palms up towards the ceiling again. Inhale. Exhale, release those hands. Interlace the fingers behind you. Roll those shoulders back. Nice open chest. Chin lifts up towards the sky. Take a couple deep breaths. Release the fingers out. Arms come out to your side. Inhale. Exhale, cross right arm over left. Grab either shoulder. Nice tall straight back. And then tuck your chin down to your chest. Inhale, arms come back out wide. Exhale, cross left arm over right, grabbing either shoulder. Tuck your chin down to your chest again. Now let's release our shoulders. Take first finger and thumb, bring them together. Let's get these wrists warm. Stick the inside of your hands or your pinkies together, and we'll let the hands roll off of each other as they roll towards our body. And do the same thing, roll those wrists away from your body. Or the opposite way as you did before. Take those hands, bring them to heart center, inhale. Exhale, let the hands press into each other as they lower down towards the hips. Inhale. Exhale, release the hands. Come up on hands and knees in table position. Let's take our big toes, bring them together. Start to shift our weight back towards our heels as we extend those arms out, coming down to child's pose. And from our child's pose, we'll roll back up to a table position. This will just flow all the way forward down to our belly, bringing those hands underneath the shoulders. From here, you could come up for cobra, just peeling the chest off the ground, inhaling. up, and then exhaling back down. Or if you want a little more, extend those arms fully, straightening those elbows as you come up to up dog, rolling those shoulders down and back, inhale, exhale, coming back down. Either in cobra or in up dog, whichever one you like. Inhale up, exhale down. And if you even want to pause at the top for a moment and kind of move from one hip to the other to stretch those obliques a little bit, feel free. And when you're ready, we'll shift our weight back, coming back to table position. And we'll tuck those toes under, making our way up to down dog. If you're not ready for down dog, stay down on the knees and extend the arms out for puppy pose instead. Feel free to shift your weight from one foot to the other. Get a nice stretch in the back of the legs, or you can bend each knee. Let's take those feet, walk them up behind the hands, and we'll roll up to a standing position. Bring those arms with you. Inhale. Exhale the hands to heart center. And release those hands back down towards your sides. We're just going to do a couple roll-ups and roll-downs in our standing position. So get a nice and strong base here. Feel free to rock back and forth from the balls of your feet to your heels. Shoulders are relaxed down. Try not to lock out those knees. Just a soft bend here. We'll start at the chin as we roll down to a forward fold. Rolling down one vertebra at a time. Let's come down to our forward fold. Feel free to rock back and forth here as you grab the elbows. Come back to center, back to your forward fold, or roll back up to a standing position. Through the spine and then all the way up to the chin. Let's do that again, rolling down, starting at the chin, neck, shoulders, spine comes down, and roll back up to standing. One more time, starting at the chin. And back up to standing. Good. Let's take those arms, inhale them up again. Exhale, bring them back down to heart center. Let's come to the top of our mat as we get ready for some sun salutations. I know my hair is wild, y'all. Don't pay it any mind. Let's take it inhale, sweep those arms up. Small back bend. Exhale as you come down to your forward fold. Inhale up to half lift, either hands on shins or fingertips on the ground. Flat back. Exhale, bend into those knees, plant the hands that are in front of the feet. Step or jump back to your plank position or your modified plank. Modified plank is just down on the knees. Inhale. Exhale, lower down for chaturanga. You can lower down halfway or fully. Inhale up to cobra or up dog. Just filling the chest or straightening those elbows out for up dog. Inhale, exhale, make your way back to down dog or puppy pose. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. Take your gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Step or jump those feet up behind the hands. Inhale back up to your half lift. Exhale, lower down to your forward fold. Roll up, bring those arms with you, one vertebra at a time. Inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down to heart center. Let's move through that one more time. Inhale, those arms up, small back bend. Exhale, push the walls away, fall down to forward fold. Inhale up to half lift. Exhale, plant those hands down. Step or jump back to plank or modified plank. Inhale, plank. Exhale, chaturanga, halfway or all the way. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, make your way back to puppy pose or down dog. Take our gaze, bring it up in between the hands. Step or jump those feet up behind the hands. Inhale back up to half lift. Exhale, lower to forward fold. Inhale, roll up to standing, arms come with you. Small back bend. Exhale those hands down to heart center. Good. All right, we're nice and warm. Let's get started. Again, remember if you need a little more stability, you can grab a chair. That way you can have something to hold on to or be near a wall. Or if you usually use a block in your yoga practice, if you have a yoga block, go ahead and grab it. Or you can use a book instead. All right, let's come back to our mountain pose with our hands at heart center. Taking some breaths, nice and rooted on those feet. And from here, let's step back with that left foot. I would like for you to stay up on that back toe. Front knee is bent, nice and aligned over the ankle. And we'll sweep those arms up with an inhale, coming to our high lunge. Chest is square with this front knee here. Inhale on your high lunge. Exhale, we're going to shift our weight forward and make our way to half moon. So for half moon, I'll give you a couple options. Option one, just reach down with this, which hand is this? With your right hand, left hand is to your hip. If you have a book or a block, you can rest your hand there. Or if you're feeling comfortable, go ahead and lower this right hand down in front of this right foot. Left arm can extend up towards the sky if you're comfortable with it. And if you know you need a little more balance support, you can look down towards your foot. If you want to really challenge yourself, you can try to slowly bring your gaze up towards the hand. I'm not quite there yet, so I'm going to look down towards my foot. Take an inhale in your half moon. Exhale, release that left foot down, bring it to meet the right, and come down to a forward fold. Slowly roll up to a standing position here. Bring those arms with you. Inhale. Exhale, bring those hands to heart center, and we'll move into our tree pose. For tree pose, we're nice and rooted on our right foot. Option one, left toes rest on the ground as left heel rests on right ankle. Option two, we slide our foot up to our calf. Option three, we go ahead and grab our foot and bring it up to our thigh. Whichever option you choose, try not to rest the foot on the knee. You don't want to put pressure on the knee. And you can keep your hands at heart center, or you can extend these arms out, really taking on a full tree pose. And like we talked about earlier, think about finding your drishti, or your focal point, to help you balance. Just find one point on the ground, or maybe in front of you, and gaze at it, focusing on it. Take an inhale in your tree pose. Exhale, bring those hands down to heart center. Keep that right foot rooted on the ground. We're going to take that left knee, bring it up to a 90-degree angle. Now from here, let's take our right hand, grab around this left knee. Left arm will extend back behind you. Now if you need a little more support, go ahead and grab the chair near you, grab a wall. If you really want to challenge yourself, try to let your gaze follow your arm. Or if you want a little more, go ahead, grab the foot or the big toe, extend the leg out, and then bring your gaze back behind you. It's a bit more difficult, a lot more difficult, I should say. Take an inhale. Exhale, release this left foot. Let's step back, coming back to a high lunge. Sweeping those arms up. Knee is aligned over the ankle, and we're up on our back toe. We're really challenging our balance today. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring those hands down on either side of the foot as you step back to a plank position. Now from here, you can take a rest, push straight up to your down dog, or take a vinyasa. If you would like to take a vinyasa, we'll lower down for chaturanga. Inhale up for cobra, just like we did in our sun salutation, and then make our way back to down dog. Vinyasa is always optional, so if you want to skip vinyasa, feel free. You want to take a chance here to rest into child's pose, you can, or you can stay up in your down dog. And when you're ready, we'll bring our gaze up in between the hands as we step these feet up. Behind the hands, coming down a forward fold for a couple moments. And we'll roll back up to a static position here. Arms come with you. Inhale. Exhale, bring those hands to heart center. This time, let's repeat the sequence on the other side. So we'll step back with our right foot. Knee is nice and aligned over the ankle, balancing on the back toe. Sweep those arms up for high lunge. Inhale on your high lunge. Exhale, let's bring our hands down to heart center as we shift our weight forward. In option one, just extend this left arm down towards the ground. Right hand comes on the hip. You can bring that back toe maybe a foot off of the ground. But if you want a little more, you could come down lower, resting your hand on your book or block, or down on the ground in front of that foot. Right arm extends up towards the sky. If you're ready, go ahead and slowly bring your gaze up towards the ceiling, or feel free to keep it down towards the foot for some balance. Take an inhale in your half moon pose. Exhale, go ahead and rest that right foot down. Bring it down to meet the left as we come down a forward fold. Let's roll up to a standing position. Bring those arms with you. Inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. This time, let's get nice and rooted on the left foot as we come to tree pose on this side. Option one, toes rest on the ground, heel rest on your ankle. Option two, we slide it up to our calf. Option three, we grab the foot, bring it up on our thigh. Again, hands at heart center. Or if you're ready, go ahead and extend those arms out. Finding your focal point, finding your drishti. Don't feel discouraged if you're wobbly or if you fall. That's all part of the process. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring those hands back to heart center. Let's release this right leg. Knee comes up at a 90-degree angle. Take this left hand, grabbing that right knee. Right arm extends back. And then if you want to try, you can bring your gaze back towards the extended arm. And remember, if you want more, go ahead and grab that big toe or grab the foot. Big challenge here. And take an inhale. Exhale, release this right foot, stepping it back, landing on the back toe. Front knee aligned on what is this called? Front knee aligned over the ankle as you sweep these arms up. Coming to high lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, lower these hands down on either side of the foot. Step back with the left foot, come into plank. Feel free to take a rest or move through your vinyasa. Take breaths in your down dog, or go ahead and rest down on the knees, come to child's pose, whichever way you choose to rest. And when you're ready, let's take these feet, walk them up behind the hands, lower you down to forward fold. Now from here, we're going to bend our knees, bringing our thighs parallel with the ground. We'll sweep our arms up for chair pose. And you can stay just like this in your chair pose, or if you want to challenge, you'll come to one-legged chair. So for one-legged chair, we're taking this right ankle, bringing it on top of the left knee or the left thigh. Again, feel free to stay where you are. And let's release as we inhale up to a steady position. Take those hands, bring us to heart center. And from here, we'll bring a slight bend into our right knee. Step our left foot over our right leg as we come to eagle pose. So, left foot is stepping over right leg. Left toes can rest on the ground to start. We'll take our arms, extend them out. And we're going to take this right elbow, crossing it on top of the left elbow. Bend at those elbows. Back of the hands face each other. Or if you want a little more, if those palms can face each other, feel free to do that. Some people are able to hook this bottom foot around even more. I'm not the best at it, but feel free to do that. Gotta pull those forearms up and away in your eagle pose. And when you're ready, we'll unravel these arms, uncross the leg. We'll step out wide on our mat, sweeping our arms up with an inhale. Exhale, bend into those knees. You might have to walk those heels in a little bit. Bring those hands down to heart center. Come into goddess pose. Now we'll take this right forearm rested above the right knee as we extend this left arm up towards the sky. If you want a little more, take this right hand, bring it down to the ground on the inside of that foot. And we'll come to center. So you can either bring your hands back to heart center. If you want a little more, we'll bend at the waist, extend the arms out in front. Really strengthening our core here. And let's move over to the left side. You can rest your left forearm above your knee or bring it down to the ground. As the right arm extend up towards the sky. Let's take an inhale, extend both arms up towards the sky as we straighten those knees out. And we'll let those left toes face the front as we bring our chest square with our front leg. We're going to release our right hand down, resting it on the back leg. Extend this left arm up and back for reverse pyramid. And inhale in your reverse pyramid. Exhale, bend into that front knee as you come to a lunge position. Bringing a hand on either side of that left foot, and we'll move into standing split. So all I want you to do is shift your weight forward, bring that back leg up as much as you can. Doesn't have to be huge. It can be just a foot or so, or if you want to do a little more, lower your chest down some more, extend that back leg up more. Listen to your body and work within your range. Inhale under standing split. Exhale, go ahead and rest that back foot down again as we come to a lunge position. We'll step this left foot back, come into plank, take a rest here, or move through your vinyasa, whichever you want. And just because you did vinyasa the first time doesn't mean you have to do it again the second time. Couple more breaths in your resting pose. And then when you're ready, we'll start to walk those feet up behind the hands again, coming back to our forward fold. Let's bend into those knees, bringing those thighs parallel with the ground, sweeping those arms up for chair pose. Remember, you can stay here. If you want more, take that left ankle, bring it on top of the right leg. And when you're ready, straighten those legs out. Inhale. Exhale the hands to heart center. This time, we'll bend into that left knee a little bit, crossing that right leg on top of the left. Take those arms, extend them out. This time we're crossing the left arm on top of the right arm, bending at those elbows, letting the back of the hands face each other or the palms. Coming to eagle pose here. Pull those forearms up and away. And let's release those arms and legs as we step out wide on our mat. Take an inhale, sweep those arms up. Walk those heels in a little bit. Exhale, lower down to your goddess pose again. Take our right forearm, rest it above the right knee. Left arm extends up towards the sky. Feel free to bring that right hand down to the ground or down to your block or book. Extend back up to center or extend those arms out in front. And let's lean over to the left side. Left forearm rests above knee or left hand comes down to the ground as the right arm extends up towards the sky. Sweep those arms up with an inhale. Let those right toes face the front of your mat. Left hand rests on the back leg. Sweep that right arm up and back. Moving in a reverse pyramid on the other side. And when you're ready, we'll start to shift our weight forward, coming to a lunge position. We'll move into standing split on this side. Shifting your weight into that front leg, extending that left leg back. Again, it could be a little bit or it could be a lot. And inhale, exhale, come back down to a lunge position. Step that right foot back. Feel free to move through your vinyasa or just taking a break. And if you're not already down in child's pose, go ahead and drop to those knees. Take a break in child's pose. Grab some water if you need to. When you're ready, we'll shift our weight back forward, coming to table position, down on hands and knees. And we'll step our right foot up in between the hands, staying down on that left knee, sweeping those arms up as we come to a low lunge. Feel free to reach back a little bit. Take an inhale. Exhale, take both hands, bring them down on the inside of the right foot. Extend that left arm up to the sky. Now you can stay just like this. Let me switch ways so you can see what I'm doing. You can stay just like this. You can bend that left elbow behind your back, bringing your gaze up to the ceiling, or you can find a bind. And by finding a bind, I mean reach that left arm around, maybe take this right hand and let those hands meet. Maybe, if you feel like you're there and you're okay with it, or stay in the original position. Take an inhale. Exhale, release those arms, come back down to table position. We're gonna move into tiger pose. So instead of pulsing like we normally do, we're just gonna hold our tiger pose because we're focusing on our balance. So what I want you to try to do is extend that left arm in front and extend that right leg back. Finding that focal point on the ground. Now you can stay just like this. If this is a little much for you, go ahead and bring your arm down. Let that leg stay extended. If you want a challenge, you'll reach back with that left hand as you bend at the right knee, grabbing that foot. Just bring a little more to your tiger pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, release back down to table, and we'll move into side plank. So I keep switching around. I want my face to front. Move into side plank. So to modify, you can take your right knee, kick it out like a kickstand. Left leg extends out towards the sky. Left leg extends out to the side, and left arm extends up towards the sky. Or if you want a little more, go ahead, take both feet, extend them out. Feet can stack on top of each other, or front foot can be in front of the bottom foot. And take an inhale. Exhale, go ahead and rest that knee down if it's not already there. And we'll move into a pose called Wild Thing, but I'm going to give you a couple options, so watch me first. So if you modified during your side plank, you'll just stay in that modified position, and all I want you to do is reach that left arm back as you bring your gaze up towards the ceiling and push those hips forward. If you want a little more, if you were in full side plank, go ahead and come back to full side plank. Extend that left arm up to the sky. We'll step back with this top foot, bending at the knee, and we'll reach back with this left arm. Hips extend up towards the sky for full Wild Thing. Take an inhale. Exhale, go ahead and make your way back down to a table position. If you're in full Wild Thing, rest those hips down, come back around to table. And we'll bring these big toes together, sit back, come into child's pose. When you're ready, let's bring ourselves back to table position again and move into all that on the other side. This time, stepping up with that left foot, sweeping those arms up for high lunge. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring both hands down from the inside of the left foot and extend that left arm up towards the sky. Gaze up towards the left hand. Now feel free to bend that, right arm extends up towards the sky. Feel free to bend that right arm behind your back and bring your gaze up towards the ceiling. If you have the capacity to do so and it's comfortable for you, feel free to find a bind like we talked about earlier. And bringing your gaze up towards the ceiling is really going to provide a balance challenge for you, as well as keeping that core solid. Probably feel a lot of things working here. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring those hands back down on either side of the foot. We'll step our left foot back, come to the table. And we'll move into balancing table on the other side. Right arm, left leg this time. Feel free to rest that hand down if you're not quite ready for your arm and your leg. If you want a little more, bend at that back knee, reach back with that right hand, grab the foot. And inhale, exhale, release back down to table pose. Let's move into side plank. Kicking that left knee out like a kickstand. Right leg extends out, right arm extends up towards the sky. Modified version here. If you want a little more, extend both feet out to the side. Gaze up towards his hand to help us find that balance. Take an inhale. Exhale, bring that knee down if it's not already there. Remember, if you modified your side plank, all I want you to do is reach back with this right arm, push those hips forward. If you did full plank, go ahead and come back to full plank. Right arm extends up towards the sky. We step back with this top foot, knee is bent, left leg is still extended out, and we push through the hips as we reach back. Let's make our way back to table position when you're ready. And bring those big toes together, shift the weight back as you come to child's pose. And I just got one more thing for you. Let's shift our weight forward, but this time we'll come down to our forearms. Now from here, you can tuck those toes under, lift those hips off the ground. Feel free to stay just like this. If you want a challenge, we're just gonna bring one foot off of the ground. Extend it up towards the sky. So we kind of think about building our core strength, building our shoulder strength. Go ahead and bring that foot down. Let's do this on the left side. And lower down. Let's do one more time each side if you have it in you. Feel free to take a break. And one more time on the other side, other foot. Inhale. Exhale, let's come back down to child's pose. Now when you do this at home on your own, if you can safely do so, you can practice it from a headstand position. This is, if you're doing it at home on your own, I'm not teaching it to you because I don't want you to hurt yourself, but it would look something like this. Down on your forearms, maybe you're on the top of your head. And this is something you could potentially practice at home if it's safe for you, and you can do so without hurting yourself. So you just be careful when you're practicing those types of things. And let's catch our breath down in our child's pose. And when you're ready, let's shift our weight forward and work into some of those cobra poses like we did earlier. Coming down to our belly, either coming up slightly for cobra or all the way up for up dog. Inhaling as you extend up, exhaling as you come down. This has become one of my favorite things to do because it really stretches your belly and stretches your core. And when you're ready, let's shift our weight back, coming back to table. We'll cross those ankles behind us if this is comfortable for you, and then come down to a seated position, or just come down to seated the most comfortable way you can. Sweep those arms up with an inhale. Exhale, bend over those legs, coming down to your seated forward bend. So letting those hands fall down wherever they fall down. Feel free to bend those knees if your back is experiencing some pain in your seated forward bend. Take a couple more breaths down in your seated forward bend. Let's roll up to a seated position again. Now from here, I'll give you a couple options for this pose. Option 1, take your hands, rest them on the sides. Just push into your hands. Might not even be bringing your hips off the ground at all. But if you're comfortable bringing your hips off the ground just a tiny bit, you can. Stay here, or if you want to do a little more, you might let those hands come behind you a little bit more, bringing those hips off the ground, making a ramp from the shoulders down towards the heels. Taking an inhale. Exhale, if you're all the way up, go ahead and lower down. And if you're already down, just relax. Let's keep this left leg extended out in front. We'll take the bottom of the right foot, resting it on the inside of the left thigh. Or if you want a little more, Right foot tucks inside of our hip. We take this right arm, reach for the outside of the left foot. Take an inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, try to lower your chest down towards the extended leg. Left arm will just be bent behind your back. And if you can, bring your gaze over to the left. Now again, if you can't quite reach your foot all the way, that's totally fine, as long as you're reaching for your foot. Take a couple more breaths on this side. Now let's roll back up to a seated position. Extending that right leg back out in front. We'll bend at the left knee this time. Bottom of the left foot rests on the inside of the right thigh, or we tuck the foot inside of our hip. Take this left arm, reaching for the outside of the right foot. Right arm bends behind your back. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, lower down. Bring your chest down lower if you can. Gaze over to the right if you can. Couple more breaths on this side. And when you're ready, we'll come back up to our seated position. Let's make our way down to our back with our knees hugged into our chest. Knees are bent, feet are flat. Just take your hands, wrap around your knees, round your spine as you come down to your back, and then hug your knees in. Feel free to rock side to side. Now from here, let's take the arms, bring them on the inside of the knees, grab the outside of the feet, moving into happy baby. Rocking side to side here. This is one of these poses I love to do in the live stream classes because sometimes people feel embarrassed to do stuff like this. And there's nothing embarrassing about it. We're just practicing yoga. And release those feet, hug the knees back into the chest. Release those knees, bring the feet flat on the ground. Hands rest down to your sides. Walk your heels in just to touch the fingertips. And we'll pull our pelvis in. So kind of pulling your pelvis towards you, making sure that lower back is flat. And we'll lift those hips off the ground. I can stay just like this in your bridge pose. If you're feeling like you want a little more, you can safely do so. Go ahead and take those hands, bring them up by the ears, and make your way up to wheel pose. Lifting those hips off the ground more, straightening those arms. And feel free to walk those feet in some more if you would like. Take an inhale, exhale, roll back down to a flat back. Whether you're in wheel pose or bridge pose, hug those knees back into the chest. Let's take those arms, extend them out wide on either side of our body. Knees come up to a 90-degree angle. And just let both knees fall over to your right side. Try to keep those shoulders close to the ground. Gaze can be up towards the ceiling or bring your gaze over to the left. Take an inhale. Exhale, release as you bring those knees back to center. Inhale again. Exhale, let those knees fall over to the left this time. Bringing your gaze over to the right if you can. And take an inhale. Exhale, hug those knees into the chest one more time. If you need to stretch anything else, go ahead and take a moment. And we'll get ready for our final meditation. You can lay down or you can sit up for your final meditation. Up to you. We'll spend our last few minutes here in our Shavasana. So when you're ready, find that comfortable position, seated or laying down. And take an inhale through your nose. Pause at the top. Exhale, release. Another inhale through the nose. Pause at the top. Exhale, release. One more inhale through your nose. Pause at the top. Exhale, release. And come back to your natural breath. And at this moment, we're going to take some time to fully and consciously relax each part of our body. So I want you to start with your face. Just make a frown and scrunch your face up. Inhale deep. Exhale, release and relax your face. Take your shoulders. Tense your shoulders up by your ears. Clench your fists. Clench your arms. Exhale, release them. Clench your belly, squeeze your legs. You can make those fists again. Inhale. Exhale, release. With each breath, release and melt down deeper into the floor. Check in with your body. Do a full body scan. From the top of your head, slowly working down to your toes. Relaxing those tense areas you may find on the way. And after you release all those muscles, start to focus in on your breath. Really take a moment to appreciate your breath. Notice each part of it. The inhales, the exhales, the path it takes as it moves through your body, the temperature of each breath as it comes in and moves out. Take this moment to remember that your breath is everything. Your breath gives you life. Your breath shortens when you're stressed, and when you want to calm down, you lengthen it. Just let go of any outside thoughts here. Any thoughts of the past or of the future. All that matters right now is this very moment. Keeping our thoughts in the present are what helps keep us grounded and what helps us to let go of any worries or fears. And when those outside thoughts do start to float into your mind, just let them pass through and don't be hard on yourself for thinking them. And after they pass through, just come back to your breath. And on your next inhale, begin wiggling your fingers and toes as you come back into the space and back into the room. And if you're laying down, you can roll over onto your favorite side using your arm as a pillow. Taking a moment for some gratitude. Thanking yourself for doing something good for your body and for your mind today. And if you're not already there, roll your body up to a comfortable seated position. And together, my friends, we'll gather up all this beautiful energy we generated as we inhale the arms up above us in prayer. Exhale, float them down to heart center. Thank you all for being here, for sharing your time, your energy, your space with me and with each other. Namaste. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. We'll be back next week. Anything you want to try or do, let me know. Feel free to donate. The information is there for you. And I appreciate you. See you soon.